Hi there! In this tutorial, we'll be creating this spooky Halloween snow globe. The first thing you'll need to do is go to the link in the description of this video where you can download and print this printable I've created of this mini haunted house. Once you have that printed, go ahead and cut it out. So now that all the pieces are cut out, the next step is to go through and cut out the windows. So for this, I'm using a craft knife, and I'm just going to go through using a ruler and cut each window pane out. You can also freehand it if you find that more comfortable. But once I got that window cut out, I went ahead and did the same thing on all the rest of the windows. Now at this point, you'll want to also cut across the top side, right side, and bottom of the door and score down the left side of it. I forgot to do it here, so you won't see me do it, but this is the best time to do it. Then the next step is to go through with a score tool or an old pen that no longer writes and a ruler and go through and score all the fold lines on both the house and the roof pieces. So now that I have everything scored, the next step is to go through and fold gently on all those lines. So now everything is folded and the house is ready to be assembled. I will be using hot glue for this, and I'm going to start on the short side of the house, so this side right here, and then I'm going to put glue on this bottom tab. I'm going to line that up with the bottom and press it in place. So it looks like this, and then I'll move on to the longer side of the house. I'll put glue on this tab right here and attach it. And now we'll attach this back side just like this. So I'm going to start by putting glue on that bottom tab. And then I'll gently pull these two sides apart and put glue on this tab right here. So now we have the main part of the house assembled, and this was the point that I realized I forgot to score and cut the door. I don't recommend doing it at this point in the assembly process, but if you need to, like I did, you still can. So the house looks like this at this point with the door folded forward. And now we can attach the roof. So I'm going to bend these tabs forward so they make contact with the roof. I'm going to take the roof and put it on the house and just decide on placement. Then I'll take that back off and I'm going to put glue on these three front tabs right here. And I'm going to take that roof and line up the fold with the points on the sides and just press that in place. Then I'll flip it over to the back side, pull that side up, and put glue on the three tabs. And then press that in place. So the house looks like this. And finally, we're just going to add this last piece here. You want to bend this and push it so one tab is underneath the other. That way you can get it to a steeper angle. Then just put it on the roof and decide where you want to place it and what angle you want it to be. So I like it about like this. So I'll put glue on those two tabs. And quickly press that in place on the front. So now the house is completely assembled and it looks like this. And now we're ready to put it in the snow globe. So I got this snow globe from Michael's craft store in the Christmas section. It works great for this. And you'll see that this snow globe has 3 pieces: the outer globe, this middle piece right here, and then the lid. So we'll be gluing the house to this middle piece here. So I'm just going to put this right in about the center of that piece. You'll find that if you position the house too far forward or too far back, the globe won't quite fit. So it's important that you place it in the middle and that you try putting the globe over it to make sure it will work. So once I've decided on placement of the house, I'm just going to put glue on the bottom of it and press it in place. And make sure that it still fits. So it looks like this. So now I want to add a sidewalk going up to the door of the house. So I'm just going to take a piece of gray cardstock and I'm going to cut it so it's the width of the door. Now I'm going to trim it so it just goes to the edge of the base. And then I just kind of rounded the corners a little bit so they wouldn't be so harsh. So once I was happy with that piece, I'm just going to glue it in place. So it looks like this. For the next step, I'll be putting black glitter all around the base. So I'm going to use tacky glue and just put it on all the blank spaces on the base. Then to prepare for the glitter, I took a piece of paper and folded it in half, and I'm going to set the house on top of that, so this can collect the glitter so we'll be able to reuse it. Now I'm taking a paintbrush and I'm going through and spreading that glue out so it's even around the whole base. Now I'm taking this very fine black glitter that I got from Michael's and just pouring it all over the base. Then I'll just tap this a bunch of times to get rid of the excess glitter. And I'll pour the glitter back into the container. So it looks like this at this point. For the next step, I'm adding these putka pods. I think that's how it's pronounced. I got these from Michael's and these are just meant to look like tiny pumpkins. So I picked out some of the smallest ones out of the bag and then I just tried them in different places to see what I liked. Once I was happy with the placement of them, I tried putting the globe over it to make sure that everything still fit, and then I glued them all in place. So here's what it looks like with the pumpkins. For the next step, I'm taking this 3D fabric paint and I'm going to draw it along all those lines on the roof using them as a guideline. You can skip this of course, but I just like the look that this adds to the house. So I drew it along all areas of the roof. So it looked like this once I was finished. While that was still wet, I took it and put it back on that folded piece of paper, and I coated the entire roof with the black glitter. I just think this adds a really fun look to the house. And then I tapped it to remove the excess glitter. So it looked like this once I was finished with that. So here is what it looks like in the snow globe at this point. I decided to add a little door handle just using a dot of that fabric paint on the door. And then for a finishing touch on the snow globe to make it more like a snow globe, I used these 3 chunky glitters in Halloween colors, and I poured some of each into the globe. Then I just kind of decided how much I wanted in there and added a little bit more. Then I put the house inside, made sure that it was really sealed up, and then I put the lid on it. and then you can just see what it looks like with all the glitter and decide if you need any more or if you like how it looks. So I decided that that was enough glitter. So now, as a last step, I'm just going to take some ribbon and decorate that lid so it looks a little more finished. This ribbon is 5/8 of an inch wide, and I found that that's the perfect size to cover up the lid. So I'm going to start at the back of the snow globe and just wrap it around from there. So I'm just going to put glue on a section and work section by section all the way around. So I'll just add another section of glue here and wrap it. And just repeat this all around the lid. Keep gluing until you get to the other end and then trim it. So that's it for the ribbon, and if you find that the glitter is sticking too much to the sides of the globe, if you tap it hard, it seems to make it come off. So here is the finished spooky Halloween snow globe. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more crafts like this on my channel, I will link some on screen. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great Halloween.